Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 9th. Here's what we're working on. One person is dead after a delivery truck and a motorcycle crash in Pelham.
Toronto's Pearson Airport is getting ready for its busy season.
And the Toronto Blue Jays push their win streak to 10.
Deep left field and
Thanks so much for joining us. We seem to be on a bit of a win streak when it comes to the temperature in the last couple of days.
Yeah, it wasn't bad yet. I mean, yesterday it took a long time to clear. I mean, we had a lot of cloud cover in the afternoon, and we even had some drizzle yesterday. I don't know whether you noticed that.
I had a little bit, like it was like just enough to turn the windshild wipers on when I was coming home yesterday.
A very fine mist.
Yeah, very fine. And actually, you could see it if you looked in the distance. But today, what we're looking at is a little bit of sunshine to start the morning, and then it's going to become unsettled. Yesterday we got to 25 degrees because of all that cloud cover, but today we should hit 26, a little bit of a humidex around 32, 33, depending on where you are. It is fairly cloudy at the moment. We'll call it a partly cloudy sky so far. Yep, the sun is out, and we will see a little bit as the day progresses. Generally temperatures around the seasonal range for this time of year, but the instability is going to build in with that chance of showers and thunderstorms later on today that will linger tonight, and chance of showers again tomorrow. But we need some showers because it's been pretty dry lately. We'll talk about the weather forecast coming up. Traffic this morning, nothing right now. So things are still moving nicely. Construction, which of course this time of year is all over the place overnight, that's coming to an end. Nothing here. That's our camera at the 403 and Waterdown Road. To some MTO traffic cameras. Mountain Road, that's between St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, doing fine right there. Here's the south end of the Skyway. Flip it ahead to third line. That's pretty much how it looks this morning. Doing pretty well so far. So we'll look at weather and traffic in a few minutes as usual. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian. Well, a motorcyclist has died after a crash in Pelham. It happened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon on Victoria Avenue and Canberra Road. It involved a delivery truck and a motorcycle. Niagara police say the 40-year-old Pelham man on the bike has died in hospital. Police are still investigating the cause of the crash. They're asking anyone who has dashcam video to reach out.
The City of Hamilton says local and provincial animal welfare services have removed several dogs who were in distress from a property in Stony Creek. Animal welfare services removed 36 adult dogs and 22 puppies from the home on McNeely Road on Friday. They say none of the dogs were found, but it can't provide any more details because it's an active investigation. And neighbors say they've been complaining to the city for the past 3 years about dogs on the property who don't appear to be well taken care of. The city issued 12 administrative penalties against the homeowner in 2023 and 11 offense notices this past May. The property is not zoned for use as a boarding kennel. There's no word on any charges at this point.
One person has... Okay.
One person has died. 4 people are injured after a fiery multi-vehicle crash on the Gardiner Expressway. Happened in the westbound lanes near Yonge Street at around 5:30 yesterday afternoon. At least 5 vehicles were involved and 3 of them caught fire. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
2 active members of the Canadian Armed Forces are among 4 men charged in what police described as an anti-government plot to seize land just outside of Quebec City. The RCMP say the group planned to form a militia, conduct military-style training, shooting drills, and survival exercises in both Quebec and Ontario. The investigation started 2 years ago and escalated into a national security probe. The Mounties seized 16 explosives and 83 weapons, including assault rifles, thousands of rounds of ammo, and other military equipment during a series of raids. Those raids actually took place last year. Police say the accused shared and promoted their activities on a private Instagram page where they also tried to recruit other members. 3 of the 4 men are charged with facilitating a terrorist activity. 3 of them are in their 20s, 1 in their 30s. A 74-year-old Brantford man is missing this morning. William was last seen around 10 yesterday morning near Henry Street and Earl Avenue. Police haven't released his last name. William is white, about 5'9", with a thin build, and he's bald. He was last seen wearing a white shirt and blue shorts. He may be driving a silver Mazda pickup truck with the license plate shown on your screen there, BC20618. Well, Toronto's Pearson International Airport is gearing up for the high season of travel for Canadians, and they are sharing tips this morning and tricks to help make flying out of Pearson as efficient as possible. Tessa Bennett is live there with more. Good morning.
Good morning. Pearson Airport says it expects to service more than 11 million passengers during what it calls its busiest season of the year. Pearson Airport also says on peak days they could be seeing more than 160,000 passengers making their way through the airport terminals. Pearson is Canada's busiest airport, and it reported higher passenger volumes last year than it did in 2023. The airport saw a jump in international travel of about 7.5%. Pearson also added 8 new carriers to their lineup of airlines last year to increase their travel reach. Back in March, the airport reported its 2024 annual results and said the Greater Toronto Airports Authority would continue to monitor certain risks to the industry, like tariff uncertainty. The airport's website recommends during the busy summer season, travelers should arrive at the airport 3 to 4 hours ahead of international flights and about 2 hours before flying domestically. Now, we'll be learning more throughout the morning about what Pearson Airport officials recommend to Canadians preparing to travel this summer. But for now, I'll send it back inside to you, Rick.
Thank you, Tessa. Time for Sportsline, and the Blue Jays have pushed their winning streak into double digits.
Whoa, boy, the 3-2 hit to deep left field and well gone. Davis Schneider continues to make his presence felt since being recalled to the majors. That is home run number 4.
Davis Schneider's 4th home run of the season ignited a 5-run third inning for the Blue Jays, and they cruised to a 6-1 win over the White Sox in Chicago for their 10th win in a row. The game was called after 6 innings due to heavy rain. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had 2 hits and a couple of RBI for Toronto, and Chris Bassett allowed 1 run over 6 frames to improve to 9-4. Toronto will go for their 3rd consecutive series sweep this afternoon, where another win will tie a franchise record for the longest winning streak. We have breaking news from the world of Formula One this morning. Red Bull has fired team principal Christian Horner. He had led the team since 2005, but the club has struggled this season and are in 4th place in the constructor standings. During his time in charge, Red Bull won 8 drivers and 6 constructors championships. Vancouver FC and Cavalry FC provided a dramatic ending to their Canadian Championship quarterfinal last night.
Former Eagle who was sent away. Henry, oh, Irving! What a stop! And the Vancouver captain has secured the club's biggest victory.
Vancouver punched its ticket to the Final Four of the tournament after they beat Cavalry 5-4 on penalties. They will play the winner of tonight's game between the 3-time defending champion Whitecaps and Winnipeg's Valor FC. Hamilton's Forge FC has a chance to move on to the Canadian Championship semifinals tonight when they visit CF Montreal. The Hammers won the opening leg 1-0 back in May, and they're looking to topple Montreal for the 2nd year in a row. The winner will play Atletico Ottawa in the semis after they dumped York United 4-3 last night. The NHL and NHL Players Association have ratified a 4-year extension of the collective bargaining agreement, securing labor peace through 2030. The new CBA includes an 84-game regular season with less exhibition games, shorter maximum contract lengths, a playoff salary cap, no mandatory dress code for players, and the creation of a full-time traveling goaltender position to eliminate the need for emergency backup goalies, or EBUGs. Changes take effect for the 2026-27 season. The Wimbledon semifinals are taking shape. Top-seeded Aryna Sabalenka will face Amanda Anisimova after Sabalenka bounced Laura Sigmund 4-6, 6-2, 6-4, and Anisimova won her match in straight sets. On the men's side, Carlos Alcaraz swept Cam Norrie in straight sets to set up a semifinal match against American Taylor Fritz, who needed 4 sets to get past Karen Khachanov. Interesting revelation has come out of season 2 of the Netflix series Quarterback.
New week. Let's go.
Start out your career, you're like, okay, I'm going to be playing for 15, 20 years. It seems like a lot. And then you blink your eye and you're in year 5. Next time I blink my eye, it's going to be year 10. Now where we're at, the great ones make it work.
After Joe Burrow's home was broken into last December, the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback has changed his mind about buying a fully functioning replica Batmobile. He initially revealed his wish to buy the iconic car last year during an episode of the HBO show Hard Knocks. But in Quarterback, Burrow says the robbery changed his mind about purchasing the $3 million vehicle. The burglary led to multiple arrests and a federal grand jury indictment that alleged Burrow's home was robbed by members involved in a large criminal network.
Well, whatever car you drive in, probably not like a Batmobile, but let's hop in and get going anyhow. It's 11 minutes after 6 o'clock, 9th morning of July, Wednesday here. Let's look at traffic. 403 and Waterdown Road's moving okay. Still some lingering construction in some areas like 403 and the Link. There's still some lingering construction there and other areas around, so just to beware. So nothing here, that's our camera. To some MTO traffic cameras, seeing some sunshine here at the Garden City. This is the QEW at Welland, looking toward the Garden City Skyway there in the distance. Nothing at Centennial Parkway, flipping ahead, well, north of 2. It's already getting slow. There's some lingering construction around Fairview as you head toward Brant Street as well. Ford plant wide open, same with Dixie Road going through Mississauga, and there's some sunshine as well. So we are going to see some sunshine for the day. Let's start with our temperature. At the moment, temperature exactly bumped up. We were 16 last hour. We're now sitting at 17. Winds are light. Humidity is right up there. I ran into some fog patches this morning. With those fog patches that just sit at that level spot right above the car, and you're just kind of scooting underneath it. So we have a partly cloudy sky at the moment. Air quality risk for the day today is in the low risk category. Watching a line of precipitation coming towards us. Now, this is a satellite radar shot, so it shows us precipitation and cloud cover, and you can see it's a 6-hour loop, and that line of precipitation is getting closer to us. It's moving its way past Windsor into London at the moment. So we're going to see that instability build in to the horseshoe today as that low goes by us. So chance of showers, chance of some thunderstorms as the day progresses. A little bit of sunshine this morning, but that's about it. So today we're looking at temperatures anywhere from 26 to 27 degrees, 25 for Brantford, 24 for Kitchener and Guelph. But there's that building instability as the day progresses. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms could stick around back into the teens once again, anywhere from 16 to 19 degrees tonight. And then tomorrow, well, temperatures will start to bump up a little bit. 28 degrees tomorrow, 29 for Brantford. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, so partly cloudy skies to a bit more sun, and then there's that chance of a shower during the day tomorrow. It'll be late in the morning and into the afternoon as well. You could still see a shower. So yeah, 9th morning of July already. It's partly cloudy. The winds are light. Temperature right now sitting at 17. And of course, we look at the long-range forecast coming up. Annette, break.
Okay, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what she has coming up in Chit Chat. And in business news, we're going to tell you how Canada's mining industry is going to be impacted by looming new tariffs from south of the border. It's just after 6:15, and we're going to say good morning for the first time to Emily. What's coming up in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning. We will tell you how a Netflix animated film is dominating the Billboard chart. And I had never heard of it. So maybe you guys will be surprised too.
Okay, I can't think of what it is either.
Yeah, so. Okay. Dune 3's official title has been revealed, and fans are not happy about it. Do you guys watch the Dune franchise?
I have not watched a Dune movie. No, sadly.
I have watched one, and I didn't watch another.
Was it too?
It's just not my thing.
I was gonna say, was it too dry?
No. It's is it Sandy? But he's here all week.
I know. Try the veal.
Oh boy. Later on this morning, we are going to be chatting with the Sheepdogs.
Yes.
They will join me on the big red couch ahead of their appearance at this weekend's Because Beer Festival.
That's a very good get for the show.
Totally.
Yeah.
Excited.
Okay, thanks very much.
No worries.
Well, in business news this morning, the Canadian dollar is down another 10 basis points, so it's just over 73 cents U.S. Gold is $22.60 an ounce lower, and crude is 58 cents higher at $68.91 a barrel. Midday trading in Europe, markets are up. London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
Over in Asia, markets were up in Tokyo, but down in Hong Kong and Shanghai. And in North American markets, the TSX lost over 100 points. On Wall Street, the Dow dropped 166. The Nasdaq gained only 6 points. U.S. stock futures are flat this morning as investors are keeping an eye on Trump's latest tariff announcement.
And it is on copper. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a 50% tariff on all copper imports coming into the United States, but there are no timelines or specifics. Now, copper is used in electronics, machinery, and vehicles. Higher tariffs could make those products more expensive. This is the fourth major tariff that Trump has imposed, with imported vehicles already facing a 25% duty, steel and aluminum each at 50%. The head of the Mining Association of Canada says the move is unlikely to hit raw copper exporters hard because most of that supply goes to Asia. Canadian copper refineries, though, would be more effective. But since the U.S. doesn't have enough domestic capacity, the tariffs would mean more passing on costs to American buyers.
A new poll suggests more Canadians now see the U.S. as a threat. The Pew Research Center says 59% view the United States as a threat to Canada's existence. That's up 20% compared to the 2019 poll. At the same time, 55% still see the United States as Canada's top ally. Canada was an early target of Trump's tariffs and taunts, as he repeatedly called former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau governor and threatened to make Canada a U.S. state.
Canadian insolvency stats for May show a rise from April, but they are down from a year ago. The Office of the Superintendent of Bankruptcy in this country says there were 12,395 insolvencies across Canada in May. That's a 2.6% drop compared to last year. But the number of total insolvencies is actually up a bit, more than 2% from April. Experts say the high cost of living and pandemic debt are still putting pressure on households and businesses, despite a bit of relief from lower interest rates.
Unionized Hamilton water workers will vote today on a new tentative agreement with the city. Members of the Hamilton Water Employees Association went on strike May 14th. Since then, they've held several disruptive protests, including at City Hall and at the HSR's main bus terminal. In a statement, Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath says the tentative deal, quote, is an important step toward restoring full services for residents and supporting the workers who keep our city running every day. Details haven't been released, but water workers were striking for wage parity with other city employees.
For 200 workers at the CN Tower held a rally outside the venue where they have been locked out for more than a week. 250 hosts, waitstaff, bartenders, and cooks are represented by the union Unifor. The CN Tower's observation deck and edgewalk are still open during this lockout, but there is no food service.
Canada's Competition Bureau has secured a court order in its investigation of Amazon's fair pricing policies. An Amazon spokesperson says the company's policies are designed to help customers find products at low prices and that it will continue to work with the Competition Bureau to demonstrate that. The Bureau says the probe primarily focuses on a potential abuse of dominance and is distinct from its investigation into Amazon's marketing practices. The investigation comes amid Amazon's annual Prime Day sales.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast.
Good Good morning. Coming up on 624, and this is a Wednesday morning, 9th of July. I've been mentioning lingering construction. Well, here's some lingering construction. This is Highway 58 at Pine, heading into the Thorold Tunnel. So you're heading toward the east, going into the tunnel on this shot. And as you can see, I mean, the volume is so light, it doesn't really count, but we're still getting some construction through there. South end of the Burlington Skyway Bridge still doing fine both directions. Third line through Oakville, Lorne Park and Mississauga, and then the 403 at Burnham Thorpe. No problems on the roads right now. Temperature has bumped up this hour. We were 16 last hour, 17 this hour, 19 Grimsby, Toronto, and for Mississauga at the moment. So seasonal temperatures are now 15 for the overnight low. So we're just above that, 26 for the daytime high. We didn't quite get there yesterday. We got to 25 degrees yesterday. Those are our sun times records for today. And yeah, you're going to see some instability starting to push in. It's already gone from Windsor to London, approaching the Great Lakes. So chance of showers and thunderstorms for the day today, but 26, feeling like 33, so a little bit warmer than yesterday. 18 tonight, chance of showers, thunderstorms, particularly in the evening. And then tomorrow, again, chance of showers during the day, but 28, feeling like 34. Get a nice, bright, sunny day on Friday, 27 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover. Clouds on Saturday, 28, chance of showers on Sunday. And of course, what happens after the showers for the weekend? Beautiful for Monday and Tuesday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Okay, thanks very much. This is an amazing story. A Hamilton man for his 91st birthday has retraced his steps through the mountains of Austria 70 years after he made the journey the first time.
I threw my head up in the air. I made it. Wow. It was emotional.
Mike Bradarich, a retired Stelco employee from Hamilton, turned 91 on July 2nd, climbing a 2,200-meter mountain near the Austrian border with his grandson. He made it to the peak, same path he took in 1956, as he and his wife Julia fled the communist dictatorship of Joseph Tito in the former Yugoslavia, where they grew up. He says they dodged soldiers with orders to shoot people trying to leave and spies who would turn them in.
We had to climb 45 degrees, 2,000 meters up at nighttime with no lights, with nothing. All we had to hold each other. We kept climbing until we reached the top. We want to reach the top. And we just saying to ourselves, a little more, let's go a little more.
Now, the couple eventually made it to freedom in Austria, and eventually they settled down in Hamilton. Al Sweeney put together a great story for last night's evening news on this. Give it a watch at CHCH.com.
Yeah, great story. Talking about climbing the mountain with all these rocks and getting to the peak and then eventually to freedom. Yep. Unbelievable. Stay with us. More to come after the break. Yeah, I thought he told us.